So anyway, Pradeep come over here first before the rest of his family, and he worked very hard as a chef. Worked very hard. His wife go to TAFE, she learned English and she become the #1 student. And she go almost get the...
Yes, but I support. I don't know that I can go there to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope one day.
So that's a good thing. You can also do, when you're staying at a monastery, you can do...
They say even like because they have 5 precepts, 8 precepts, and then they can cook, they can do mobile stuff.
Your family and you're tired, you've got to be careful that you make sure you rest on the day before you drive. Or what happens in Australia, we drive such long distances. Practice. And more of a chance to do that than you would if you were working. And
in the forest month, they're not allowed movement.
It's a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
But
only for Makam Patibatam.
Accidents where people have died in Albany, men. So several months back some money to look after mum and dad and the family, and the best thing you can do is keeping the 5 precepts, so when the Thai people come to Australia, they can keep their culture alive. And another boyfriend, sometimes this happens, and this cause a lot of problems. These things can harm others. So when you are away from your family, you try to keep those...
Before I never think about it, I never thought about it, Pajan. She said, everyone come to monastery.
So he can send his 2 boys to a better school. He start to work on this FIFO, mining.
All the time?
Yeah, so she stays there and looks after the monks, and it's a nice thing to do, and she can do more practice there. But the Sri Lankans, they come over with their wife and family, so a different style. And the reason they can do that is to move away from their families, and their mum, their dad, and sometimes their children as well. So I know a lot of Thai people
have to do it.
Yeah, I think you need to move that way a little bit. No, towards us, to get in the frame of the... Hello.
But when I go to the pool,
Yeah.
they open at 8 o'clock, I go there 7, and then I waiting, should I wait for half an hour, 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. So goodbye everybody around the world.
One thing, was Sapanya, the Pikuni in
Yes. In Gijigana,
yeah, she teaching me.
those families fall apart. You've heard of them, haven't you, Vasana? FIFO families, the mining families, end up, some of them divorced, isn't it? Yeah, very good. There's a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of people. A lot of happy people in town today. He couldn't stay awake. And the next thing that happened was he woke up.
They say they like to teaching Ajahn talking about happiness, because when people miss home, they miss the monk, they miss the...
So that's a good thing. You can also do, when you're staying at a monastery, you can do not harming other people, not taking or stealing things, not committing adultery. Take some time off and go and stay at the temple. I know Wasana is quite busy, so she doesn't get that opportunity. She's very
Thank
kind
you,
of
and
mindful.
welcome. We need someone like you.
Oh, because everything growing so fast
I
at
know.
that temple.
Because
That also means they can come and stay at the temple, and It is a nice thing to do. We have our temple in Serpentine.
They say even like because they have 5 precepts, 8 precepts, and then they can cook, they can do go by stuff. They say they like to teaching talking about happiness, because when people miss home, they miss the mom, they miss the.
It's a nice thing to be able to do as a Buddhist monk, or if you're or a nun, or if you're just staying at the temple. Like
you feel so good when you go up to the temple.
it's a nice place to go. Wonderful place. She at Serpentine, she stays there a lot. Did I say that name right? Gornkot. When he's driving along. And because he keeps the 5 precepts, I really believe Tewada is looking after it.
Yeah, Saturday
On Saturday.
and Sunday on weekend they try to, because I think they pay people too expensive.
Yeah, a lot of happy people in Albany. Take some time off and go and stay at the temple. I know Wasana's is quite busy, so she doesn't get that opportunity.
So we just see the green and
That's right, yeah. What are they? There's a saying for that in Australia. You can't see something through the trees.
You complete?
Yeah, Albany's complete now. It has a Buddhist
Yes.
temple, it has monks.
Yes.
Maybe one day we have nuns, I don't know. And so when the Thai people come to Australia, they can keep their culture alive. And about having a monastery nearby is that you can go there and you can you walk home. I think it's taken an hour or 2 hours or something from the crash. He couldn't get out of the car door yet.
But when they go to the pool, they open at 8 o'clock. I go there 7, and then I waiting. Should I wait for half and 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. Just like a lot of other Sri Lankans do. The Sri Lankans are different than the Thais. The Thais usually, it's a Thai women come to Australia, they meet an Aussie man. At the house, he have his visa and citizenship. He invite the rest of his family over, and the whole time he had on the car radio, he have playing Ajahn Brahm Dharma. You're listening to Dharma on the radio. And we have Gornkot. You know Gornkot? Yeah, she almost like me. They call it Gornkot, but I know that's not the Thai pronunciation.
Yeah, no. But I see her name. Some people similar when they're there.
Back some money to look after mum and dad and the family, and the best thing you can do is keeping the 5 precepts, being.
Before I never think about it. I never thought about it, Ajahn. She said, everyone come to monastery.
A good job already at the restaurant. Please think about staying with that. He said, oh no, I will. I'll keep my 5 precepts when I'm out. And so when the Thai people come to Australia, they can keep their culture alive. And cannot get a doctor job here in Australia because the degree, it doesn't match up.
That's how, yes.
But Sri Lanka, it does.
It's a commonwealth.
Because it's a commonwealth.
Have to do it.
Yeah, I think you need to move that way a little bit. No, towards us to get in the frame of the. Hello. Back some money to look after mum and dad and the family, and the best thing you can do is keeping the 5 precepts, being.
That's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Just. Yeah.
Back with their family. So it's very disruptive to the family. And in some cases, if the family isn't strong, then he alive. You know what else he did after that? Because he don't want to ring his wife and worry her. So he walked home. And we have Gornkot. You know Gornkot? Yeah, she almost like me. Little rest for half an hour and then keep driving. But he thought, no, I know my mind better than that. He was wrong.
Please blessing us.
Okay, so here's the blessing. And so the end of that story, they all lived happily and support their families. But it is hard because being away from the families is a difficult thing to do. Be careful and get a lot of rest before you drive. And it's the same on the way back from Perth to Albany. You have to make sure you're well rested. There has been, but he made the mistake that a lot of people do, which is, oh, I've only got 10, 15 minutes